Every gilded cage is built with walls of comfort. The only question is what you're paying for them.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep, really deep, into something that gets called the Conspiracy Iceberg. We're going to be looking at a whole collection of sources that, when you put them all together, map out a hidden reality, starting with stuff you've probably heard of and then going way, way down the rabbit hole.
So what if history isn't what we've been told? What if it's all got a secret script and the world stage is, well, literally a stage? This question is really the heart of what we're exploring. It's why they call it an iceberg, right? Because the idea is what you see on the surface is just a tiny, tiny fraction of what's supposedly going on underneath.
Now, just to be super clear, our goal here isn't to prove or disprove any of this. Think of us as cartographers today. We are simply going to map out the narrative, the world view that's presented in these materials. We're going to start right at the tip of the iceberg, and then, together, we'll see just how deep this thing really goes.
Okay, so let's start at the surface, in waters most people have at least dipped a toe into. This is the realm of secret societies. According to the sources we've compiled, we're not just talking about one group. We're talking about a whole intricate web of hidden organizations. You've got the famous ones everyone knows, like the Illuminati or the Freemasons, but then you also have elite college groups like Skull and Bones at Yale, and these super high-level international forums like the Bilderberg Group. The claim is they're all allegedly working in the shadows to steer world events. And this quote from Manly P. Hall really gets to the core of the idea. The belief isn't just that these groups are about power and money, it's about them preserving a secret, ancient knowledge, a kind of transcendental wisdom so profound that only a select few are meant to understand it, and that they've been using it to shape society for centuries.
All right, let's go a little deeper now, just below the surface. This is where the theories really start to expand, and the entire accepted timeline of human civilization gets called into question. So take the Giza Plateau. Researchers like Graham Hancock argue it's not just a bunch of tombs, it's presented as this giant architectural map of the sky. The three main pyramids, they align perfectly with the 3 stars of Orion's belt, and the Nile River is said to mirror the path of the Milky Way. But here's the kicker. This alignment isn't for today's sky. It's a perfect match for how the sky looked way back in 10,500 BC. It's like a giant clock, built to freeze a specific date in stone. And this isn't just about Egypt. That's the key point. Sources point to these precisely engineered sites all over the world, like Tula you see here in Mexico. The argument being made is that these are all fingerprints of a single, lost, technologically advanced civilization, a whole forgotten chapter in human history.
So that begs the question, right? Where did this lost civilization get its knowledge? Well, taking it a step further, translations of ancient Sumerian texts by Zecharia Sitchin propose this pretty detailed timeline. It suggests humanity's origins, they're not from Earth. They're from extraterrestrial visitors, the Anunnaki, who came here to mine gold and ended up engineering humans to be their workforce.
Okay, now we are going deeper, into the murky depths. This is where pivotal historical events get completely reframed, not as chaotic moments, but as meticulously planned, carefully orchestrated operations.
Take 9/11, for example. The official narrative is challenged by pointing to eyewitness accounts like this one. This is from Barry Jennings, a city official who was inside World Trade Center Building 7, and he reported these massive explosions long before the tower actually fell.
And the same kind of lens is applied to the JFK assassination. These sources highlight all these little anomalies. Like, for instance, the fact that less than 15 minutes after the shooting, police broadcast a description of Oswald. But the crucial part is, to this day, who provided that initial description remains a complete unknown. This level also introduces a concept of psychological warfare, the idea of a mimetic virus. It suggests that the stories we get told around events like 9/11 or JFK aren't just cover-ups. They're actually weaponized ideas, engineered to be contagious, designed to spread through the population to shape our beliefs and control our behavior. We've now reached the bottom of the iceberg. This is the abyss. This is where all the other layers we've just talked about are said to connect into one single grand narrative. At this deepest level, the sources claimed that global crises are deliberately used to push through sweeping changes, something often called a Great Reset. And they'll cite actual policy documents, like reports from the Club of Rome or National Security Study Memorandum 200, as the blueprints for a long-term agenda for global governance and, yes, population control. Now, this worldview completely inverts how we normally think about conflict. It's based on a document called the Report from Iron Mountain, which argues that peace, it's not the natural state of humanity. Instead, it argues that war is the fundamental system. War is what organizes and stabilizes our entire society.
And at the absolute core of this entire grand plan, according to authors like Fritz Springmeier, is the specific group, and it's symbolized by this number. The 13th Illuminati bloodline is believed to be the ultimate architects, a lineage said to hold the genetic seed of both good and evil, from which a final world leader is destined to emerge.
So after our journey all the way down through the layers, we're left with this question. The sources, they present this really intricate, interlocking narrative of history. Is it a map to a hidden reality, or is it simply our own mind's tendency to find patterns in the chaos? That's the ultimate question this iceberg leaves us with.